Hi, this is Brian Life, and I just want to record a video so I can try to help you. This is not pre-thought. I've been going through this for my pretty much my whole life for about 25 years. So this should be able to just come right off the top of my head. And what I'm talking about is the addiction to marijuana, to weed, to pot, to herb. And I had that addiction since I was around 16. I mean, I tried it when I was like 13, 14, but the addiction stuck with me since I was around 16 till 18 to my 20s. I'm now 44. So, well over 25 years I've been smoking all day, every day, morning, noon, and night. And for most of my life, I could function. This isn't really a history lesson about who I am and what I've went through. But what I want to try to speak to you about is that you can get sober. You can. Like, I know you may believe that you can't live without it. I know it's troubling. You're going through hell. You're running out of money. You're needing more and more. And the responsibilities in your life are just not, you're not able to keep them up. And, you know, when you're an addict, when you're addicted to a substance, pretty much that's all you think about. And I've been there for many years. I struggled and lived that way. I suffered for years and years of just trying to get through it. All the lethargic tiredness, the aggravation, the panic of when can I get more, who can I call, how can I get it, is there enough, will this last me till tomorrow, how can I get more, is there enough, who can I call, same shit every day, you know. It's a really, really hard life to live. It's a loop that's constantly happening, and it's a lifestyle that some people manage to keep up, some people are able to live it and be successful or moderately live a functional life. Others, they really hit rock bottom, which is, I'm in that category. It pretty much took over my life. There's so much potential that I could have met. There's so many things I could have done that I never got to do. I still have my life moving forward, but I can tell you that I definitely have a lot of regret. I am now 5 years and 6 months sober, just around maybe 7 months. So 5 years. I never thought that could happen. My first few weeks were hell. I went through withdrawal, sweats, no sleep, uh, aggravation, anxiety, anger, resentment, just depression, like really, really hard. The first few days, the first week is just torture. But it gets better, and you actually can get sleep and you can start to function. But the first few weeks are the hardest, and then the first few months. And but it does get easier, and it does help. Like, your life can get better, and there is help. Is what I really want to say. Is there's organizations like Marijuana's Anonymous, and it's a derivative of AA, and MA, which is Marijuana's Anonymous, is pretty much global now. It's in many countries, primarily in the U.S., but there is in Canada, Australia, I think Amsterdam, the Netherlands, other places. There's many of them popping up. So the thing about nowadays is there's so many Zoom meetings with COVID and everything. So luckily there is Marijuana's Anonymous meetings through Zoom. So if you're in another country, you could just join in on a meeting anywhere. And pretty much they're every hour per day, pretty much every hour, every day. So there's a website, marijuana-anonymous.org, and you can look up the meetings. And when you go to these meetings, when you attend these meetings with the camera or with just your photo, you don't have to be on camera, you don't have to speak, but it is good if you do. And it's anonymous, and everyone listens and everyone supports you, and nobody talks about your business, and it's just whatever's in the meeting stays in the meeting. And you'll see people in the same situation as you. You'll see people that are worse off, people that are actually successful and have had a few weeks under their belt, a few people that have had a few years, and you'll see all varieties of people going through this, and you'll find out that you're not alone. And that's the main thing, is you can't do this on your own. There's something beautiful, there's something special about the community, about the fellowship is what they call it. And there's also help as far as a formulated like steps. There's a format that you can follow to help you in your recovery, and that is the 12 steps. So by going through the 12 steps, it helps you. It's like a therapy for yourself, and you go through your past, you go through some of your defects of character, your hardships in your life, what may have got you into a substance, what may have got you addicted to something. Basically, you just go through your whole history and all your bag of shit, and you just work it out. And there's all these ways and systems within the steps to help guide you through each step. And while you're going through your steps with a sponsor, if you get a sponsor, and there's usually sponsors who are offering their help, and you don't pay for them, it's nothing like that, it's just a friendship, it's just a support. So you have a sponsor, usually they're a sober person who has already been through the steps, and you can rely on them, you can call them, you can speak with them, communicate, and work through the steps with them. And basically, you just grow through your recovery while you're learning the steps, and it just helps you get through it. But the main thing is attending meetings in person or through Zoom. If you go to these meetings, it's just like about an hour, and that 1 hour gives you the power to get through the next day, and then you have another meeting, and it's just something about it. It's like all the experience that you go through within the meeting, the messages, the things that you hear from people, the honesty, the stuff that you can relate to. It's so empowering that you just feel inspired to try harder and to go one more day, and then before you know it, a few weeks go by, a few months go by, and you go through these really hard times. It's not easy, but you get better and better at being normal, being sober, just dealing with life without needing to get high and run from it and escape and get messed up and sedate the pain or the troubles that you're going through, and just smoke it away when it's all still going to be there. So basically it helps you be able to kind of get through that. And you start to see clear, you start to function better, your memory and your self-confidence, your love of yourself starts to get stronger, and you basically just grow while you're getting sober. And the more days that go, the easier it becomes, and the happier you become, because you're more proud of yourself. You're like, wow, I'm actually doing it. I'm actually getting sober. I'm able to do, I don't have to rely on a crutch. I don't have to be lost and feel like my life's out of control. You actually feel like you have a grip on your life, and that's what happens, is you start to not need anything to get by except what you've been born with. If you were lucky enough to be born with all your limbs and faculties and all your functionality, then you start to be grateful that you even have that. Simple things in life start to make you happy. You're not bored. You don't need to be high all the time to go see a movie or to do anything. You just start appreciating things in your life. So my main message is there is light at the other side. There is a possible path to get sober. You can actually do it. I would advise you to go to MA meetings, and I would advise you to make a hard decision that you're going to go through a bit of pain and a bit of suffering, but you are going to be able to do this. You just have to believe it, and you have to make the decision and move forward. And don't go back, and just move forward, push through, and you'll be okay. There's help out there, there's people that will help you, and you're not alone. So I wish you the best. I hope this video inspired you in some way. Peace.